Every year, Project Censored publishes a rigorously researched list of the top 25 stories redacted from the American media, which was a shock to me because I was unaware there was anything our media was missing. Let's see, there was ISIS, check. Ebola, check. ISIS again, check. Missing plane, check. And something about George Clooney. I think that was it. Did I say ISIS? So here are some of the censored stories from Project Censored. Let's start at number 23. U.S. inmates serving life in prison hit a new record high of 160,000, and there are 3,300 prisoners serving life without parole for minor nonviolent crimes. I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound that excessive if the nonviolent crime is, say, a rerun of the George Lopez show. But it's not. For people like Timothy Jackson, it's things like stealing a jacket. I'm not kidding. The ACLU states that the U.S. is nearly alone in our willingness to sentence nonviolent offenders to die behind bars. Many call it a violation of human rights. When you think about Timothy Jackson serving life for stealing a coat, keep in mind, Dick Cheney shot a man in the face. Like the face. Just let that sit for a minute. Number 22, corporate media understates rape in this country. In fact, when they do cover it, they often avoid using the term rape, instead softening it to something like non-consensual sex. But the corporate media does this with a lot of things, such as calling murder with bombs defense, or calling brutal torture enhanced interrogation. Enhanced interrogation is when you're asking someone questions while bowling. That's an interrogation that has been enhanced with bowling. And instead of saying meaningless drivel, they call it news. Or rather than saying working 3 jobs just to get by, they call it the American work ethic, when it should be called insane and inhumane, and in the words of the great philosopher Cypress of the Hill, insane in the membrane. Let's jump to number 19. Monsanto and other agribusiness giants silenced scientists who showed that herbicides and certain genetically modified corn caused adverse health effects on rats, including liver congestions, necrosis, tumors, and early death. And early death is like the worst disease you can get. It's awful. Then, after the Journal of Food and Chemical Toxicology published the study, they took the unprecedented move of retracting it and creating a new position to oversee such research. That position was filled with a Monsanto stooge. Damn, does Monsanto have their shit on lockdown. Science is like their I mean, if they wanted to say gravity wasn't real, their guy at the scientific journal could just be like, I personally haven't seen any proof of it. I flew to work this morning. I did. With these babies right here. I gotta be careful not to do that too hard. I'll lift off. We skipped to number 7 on the list. Documents obtained from the Houston FBI office show that the FBI was aware of a plot to assassinate Texas Occupy leaders in 2011 with sniper fire, and yet they did nothing about it. At first glance, that does sound horrible, but the free vegan cookies down at Occupy were a bit bland, all right? Assassination might be an extreme response, but someone needed to scold whoever baked those monstrosities. Otherwise, those peace-loving vegans are never going to learn. They're never going to learn. And let's move to the number 1 censored story in the American media. Ocean acidification is increasing at an unprecedented rate. And no, it's not the kind of acid that causes Crazy Colors, Euphoria, and Jefferson Airplane. No. This is the bad kind of acid. About 20 trillion tons of carbon dioxide that we pump out is absorbed by the oceans every year, and it's changing the ocean's chemistry at a historic rate. There are signs that it's killing coral reefs and crustaceans, which will soon impact the rest of the food chain. And the amount of money our government has put towards studying the impact is $30 million a year. Congress allotted $60 billion to clean up after Hurricane Sandy. $25 million of that was used just for TV ads telling people to come back to the Jersey Boardwalk because the hot dog stand had reopened. We spend 2,000 times as much on cleaning up after one storm than we spend on the studying of the acidification that could destroy our ability to survive. We will go the way of the dinosaurs while putting most of our resources behind commercials saying, come to the Jersey Shore, where the skin is orange and the IQs are unintimidating.